ladies and gentlemen.
Development tournament, we are witnessing the upper bracket semifinals between CMF from Bangladesh and Ascension from the Philippines. This is Vince G. I will be with you here tonight for this best of 3 series as we are now seeing the draft heavily on the way. We need to witness what is going to happen. But before that, for all the viewers out there, I encourage you, well, please follow our page, Underground Esports, so you could be updated for the happenings all across the Underground Esports. So, might as well in the future, we can host more Underground tournaments perfect for grassroots. If you wanted to start your name in the honor of King scene, might as well start Underground. Right now, as we see that Ascension is picking on the blue side and CMF is on the red. Later on, we're going to be talking about the drafts, but I wanted to give a huge shout outs to our, of course, sponsors. This underground development tournament is, of course, partnered by Zem, Nothing Syndicate Esports, and Kaisaya Game Topups. And of course, if you wanted to follow those pages as well, please do, because if you follow Kaisaya Game Topups, they have this level up to victory challenge. If you became a part of the community, you might as well top up on your game, especially in the Honor of Kings, because we all know that June 24th is going to be a heavy update. You need to spend more tokens, and if you wanted to top up, do it in the Kaisaya Game Top-Ups, and might as well be one of the lucky winners of those gadgets and giveaways. So please do check out the page. Now, let's talk about the drafts. First pick, we are seeing Mai Shiranui, Ogran, and Chano on the blue side. Ascension Esports is heavily picking those heroes, while the red, the CMF Esports, they went for Dharma, Diadya, and Diranji. So, picking a first pick, Mai Shiranui, implies that Ascension Esports is going to burst CMF way too early. They wanted to skyrocket on that win. Plus, the Ogran, you need a solid jungler. Ogran can heavily do it. And as for the farm lane, damage has been occupied because of the channel. So we all know that the leader stance can summon a lot of wolves that can be effective during team fights. And if channel builds a really good damage item that can finish the job, they can easily burst down the members of the CMF. But talking about the picks, they have Diranji going up against the Chano in the farm lane. So Diranji, we all know that this guy has that natural cleanse. Plus, you have the sustain coming in from the Diadya. And one of the first picks of the CMF from Bangladesh is going to be the Dharma. Dharma, we all know that Dharma heavily relies on wall. So if you wanted to connect the mantra combination, you might as well find a pretty good spot to at least hit that combo, hit that fist towards your opponent. And he needs to scale up. He needs items as well. So, based on what I'm seeing here, CMF and, Diranji and Dharma needs to farm during the early game in order to be efficient during the mid to late game. And that's the case for the Ascension Esports. They have the Chano and the Ogran. Mai Shiranui, yes, the burst damage is there during the early game, and it can be much more heavy damage. It can have a heavy magical damage if Mai Shiranui decided to farm up. So he needs those magic items up in play. And now, for a fighter jungler that the Ascension Esports has, they're gonna be picking up an assassin way on the Jing. And now, I am liking the hover though. Instead of using the Dolia, they went in for the Lian pull support and a Liu Bang clash lane. So it can intersect though, but most likely this is going to be a Liu Bang clash lane. They're gonna be relying on the Lian pull roam. And the answer to the Mai Shiranui burst capability of the mid, well, if they decided to lock on this Lady Jen, it's gonna be a really annoying crowd controls coming in from CMF. So if they wanted to punish their opponents very easily, because they are predicting that Ascension Esports is going to be teamfight centric because of the Ogran and the Lian Po. Well, we got the Lady Jen trying to freeze them all into place. So that is it for our game number 1 draft. Once again, welcome, good evening. If you just tune in tonight, well, you haven't missed a thing because we're just getting started, you know. So this is the upper bracket semifinals between CMF from Bangladesh and Ascension from the Philippines. Might as well comment down below on who do you think is going to win this series. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's get it on, boys. And by the way, this is going to be the last appearance. We still have 2 more days to enjoy platform bounce. And that's why the heroes are easily in the mid lane. In their respective lanes. Because of the platform bounce, they can easily, you know, go on their laning stage and then get ahead over the minions. Now, mid lane has some development. Ogran, he wanted to at least get some from the jungle of the Bangladesh team, CMF. After some, after they managed to get some resources there, they went in towards the Azure Golem just to at least secure some buffs. And now they're checking. Jing, with the heavy cleanup, he went for the Azure. He's gonna go for the Crimson. Now CMF here, Tamid, he's gonna aid out the Diranji. Tamid with the kick. Chano is still, he's still good. He's just farming up those minions. Now we can see some rotation coming in from the Mai Shiranu and the Lian Po, but he's not gonna burst ham his way in. Dharma, on the other hand, is just scouting for Liu Bang. Where is this guy? Now we can see Saiken trying to punch through thick air and Eggsy. Okay, him safe. I'm just gonna get some healing do and get back into my lane. Bot lane is quite occupied as we speak. 4 hero rotations coming in from Ascension as they're trying to isolate the members of the CMF. And CMF having 2 heroes on mid lane. Wei, now level 4. He can rotate anytime he wants. But the Ogran here being patient. He sees the opportunity to go in for the Lady Jen. Ashir was forced to disengage with the burst arm here. Mai Shiranui gets the first blood. Wow, that's a really, really fast response coming in from the members of the ASC Ascent. But Wei from CMF heavily responded back. 1 for 1. What an exciting start between Ascension and CMF here. Now, let's focus on the farming once again. Chano, the Jin, he needs some protection. That's why Lian Po is not leaving his lane anymore. Bershram. And now we can see the Jin trying to at least deal some damage. But on the top lane, we've seen that Eggsy gets a kill. Lian Po did not hesitate to use that ult to secure another kill. But the presence of Ashir somehow cancels the aggression. So it's a 3-4-3. I mean, once that they play aggressive, expect that somehow CMF or ASC will definitely answer back. Wow. This is an exciting semifinals on the upper bracket. These guys, these teams definitely played their way into this playoffs and they deserve this upper bracket spot. You can see how these teams are playing so well here. CMF now trying to secure the Firehawk. They're trying to throw, to fend away the Ascension. CMF with a nice box out. I mean, Tamid here did manage to isolate the members of the Ascension back. But we can see some responses coming in from Team Ascension. They're gonna try to at least wait 10 seconds before the Tyrant spawn. This is the first 4 minutes of the game. While the Diadia, Tamid, is going to sustain Anthem, the Diranji. Okay, Tyrant is going to be a big objective here for both of these teams. Ascension, CMF, who's gonna take this first objective, leaving the Overlord on the top lane alone. But speaking of leaving Eggsy behind, he's gonna clear all the minion wave. Now let's see who's gonna smite it first. Smite by Wei, and now it's gonna be the start of the fight. It's a nice steal coming in from Wei, but the Mai Shiranui burst somehow made this for 4v5, but now the response is quick. Way after the Tyrant steal, he went in for the double, and that's a 3 casualty coming in from CMF. CMF can convert this into a tower push. They're going in for T-runs. I mean, look at this. Ogran here, his Azure buff got stolen, and somehow CMF make the most out of this. After that crucial Tyrant steal, they went in for the tier 1 push on that middle tower. Now we can see Chano trying to go to get back on his lane, but nice crowd control here. CMF now having the momentum. They still have 2k gold lead, and they're trying to make the most out of this during the early game. Now we can see Ascension in position now. Are they going to start somewhere? They're just waiting for Team CMF to come close. Are they gonna attempt some push? But look at this. Wei, he just decided to check in that brush. He goes in. He sees one. Mai Shiranui was forced to flash out. And now we can see the Lian Po absorbing all those damage. Chano was forced to use that ult, the leader stance. But it's not enough. You cannot force CMF to go back. But Liu Bang here with the determination to at least even the stakes. 1-for-1 tower. He went in for the tier 1 top. But CMF is not done yet. They wanted to at least go for more. And this forces the Dharma, Saiken Oya, to go and respond to the top lane. But I am seeing something interesting here. Top lane being occupied by Wei. Wei being patient. Exi here! He started to strike, but he knows he cannot go too deep because this is the territory of the Ascension. Now we can see SXGE trying to pop in the rage just to check for someone. Wei right now going in, farming in. He don't want to get behind on gold. And now we can see, now he leaps. The Jin goes for the strike, but there you have it. We can see Ascension goes in hard. Bai Shiranui gets the kill, but Anthem is getting the response he wants as well. Anthem got knocked back thanks to the Jin. And now we can see the Ogron trying to connect towards the members of the CMF. But Wei goes in from behind. We're gonna try to at least punish this Ogron. Now he went low. Wei goes in for the quick finish. This is going to be a clearance for CMF to take down the tier 1 turret. And they did. Overlord not being contested. And they're leaving Liu Bang behind. I mean, Eggsy here. He doesn't want to join the fray. I mean, I have my ult. I can like go towards the team fight anywhere or anytime I want to because of my ult. Now you can see the Jin trying to at least clear out the minion wave. Rages to slow way down. Liu Bang was forced to teleport down in the bottom lane. As he is going to at least do what he's doing best. He's trying to go solo. He's going rogue. Overlord being contested. Oh, is being taken by Wei again and his teammates. This is nice. CMF getting that information position. They wanted to at least get the top turret. Liu Bang gets the Ranji, but the response is there. Ashir here. He's receiving tons of damage, but the Liu Bang cannot save himself. Now the Jin is in trouble because there's no protector at all. No Liu Bang. And here comes Lian Po. He goes in for the ultimate. He goes burst ram. Mai Shiranui goes for the burst. But the freeze coming in from Ashir will somehow slow the members of the Ascension as they decided to go and pursue Wei. Wei has no way to escape this. He got cornered heavily. And now Ogran decided to at least control the minion wave and then, stop the Overlord Vanguards from pushing. Tyrant is up once again. This is the first objective that they missed out. But this time around for Ascension, they're not going to waste any time. They're going to be securing this second Tyrant of the game as we are almost in the 10th minute mark. That means they're going to be enhancing all those buffs. Tyrant and Overlord we're going to be seeing their shadow variants. Chano is busy pulverizing those turrets, tower down, and as they decided to at least wait for at least 30 seconds in order for the shadow variants to spawn. But they have to clear the jungle first. They don't want to give buffs towards your opponents if they decided to scout. CMF regrouping on mid. Same with the Ascension. Syke and Oya got spotted, but Ogran decided to back off a little bit. Pata passing just to at least hurt them, poke them a little bit. And now, welcome to the 10-minute mark. Liu Bang here being isolated or being contested here by Syke and Ona, who got the Frost Scars at 10. And now for the Ascension, they're talking to the Shadow Overlord. Nice isolation play. They boxed out the CMF very heavily, and they are going in for the opposite side as they take the Shadow Tyrant. So, for the Ascension, they would be heavily relying on this Vanguard to at least help them push. But CMF has the Shadow Tyrant buff. That means they can go on a fight anytime they want because they knew or they know that they are enhanced by the Shadow Tyrant. But the kick coming in from Tamil as he goes back, heals himself up. Chano waiting patiently. As for Syke and Ona as well, mid lane is going to be in deep trouble. Now with the Liu Bang sustained, there's going to be a messy fight. Wei goes in for the Mai Shiranui, and is he going for the Liu Bang as well? And now that's a triple for Wei, and there's no way for the Ascension to somehow fight it off. It's going for the Lian Po. He's the sole survivor that needs to protect the tier 2 tower at mid. SXGE throws in the Radiance just to slow them a little bit. Purse Ram, but he got kicked by Tamid. Forced to use that Obaway! Goes in and gets that Rampage. CMF with the clear ace. The Jin is now alive, but their inhibitors are now evaporating to the hands of the CMF. CMF playing it smart, playing it safe. They decided to back off because they know that the Ascension is now alive. Oh my. If I were the Ascension, how can I recover from this? We're talking about 12 minutes. We're talking about almost 8 or 9k gold advantage. Or like 8k gold advantage. As we are talking about the items, Mai Shiranui was forced to build the Venomous Wand. Plus, he's going in for the Magical Lifesteal Book. Pure Sky for the Dharma. Again for the Dyadya, he got the Venomous Wand. He wanted to negate the Knife Steal, but wait a minute. Are we going to see some fights happening on mid? No. As for Ascension, they're playing it safe. Look at that Syken. Oh no, with the punch! This is what I'm talking about with the walls. That punch did somehow manage to at least kick him off, but there you have it. Wei did dance to the battle as Liu Bang teleports into there just to die. And Tamid being eaten by the wolf, but the wolf doesn't have enough damage. Ogran standing in the middle of it all. TMF getting 3 on that fight. Iggsy, he just wanted to escape the rat or the fist of Syke and Oya, but this went so bad for him as he became the casualty of Wei, and there's no way for Ascension to defend this as the CMF decided to end this game. This is just the first game, I must say. This is good. Now, CMF, they're in a match point. They just need one more win in order for them to secure a grand final spot. But as for Ascension, this might not be over. This just might be the start of the beginning of the end. You know what I mean? If they decided to win 2 straight games after this, they might get an upset for the CMF. But this is a very, very interesting game, you know. Having CMF play it all out with the Jing. He did manage to pop off. I mean, as the assassin, Jing, he decided to get multiple kills. And I can see some supports coming in from the comment section. Hello there. Yeah, CMF from Bangladesh. Everyone is enjoying. Everyone is celebrating for their win. But they just need to win one more, guys. They just need to win one more. Okay? So, we're just waiting for game number 2 to commence. So if CMF wins this, it's gonna be them sitting up high in the upper bracket grand finals. They're just closer and closer into that prize pool. Speaking of prize pool, guys, this tournament has a 10,000 pesos, okay, PHP prize pool. So 5,000 pesos is going to be awarded to the champions. 3,000 pesos is going to be awarded for our grand finalist, the second placer. And, of course, the third place is going to receive 2,000 pesos. So, just for the context. Just for the context of how many or how much will they get. So the champion or the prize pool is around 175 US dollars, something like that, because the exchange rate is changing. But of course, as we are waiting for game number 2, Vince G here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in the Underground Development Tournament. See ya. Na-meet mo na ako. Kings Underground Development Tournament. This is still Vince G as we get to at least see or review what happened in game number 1. This is just the first game of the upper bracket semifinals between CMF or the Coffin Maker Force from Bangladesh. They forced their way in, their win towards this series, and now they're in the match point. They just need one more win up against Ascension from the Philippines. So Ascension, they need to win 2 straight games in order for them to upset CMF. So CMF, a little bit of background, this team, of course, they're just making a name for Bangladesh. Okay, so if you're currently supporting, or if you're from Bangladesh right now supporting for CMF, let me see you guys in the comment section. I can see some guys here commenting their support on the CMF, like Naimul, Satyajit, Imam, Fuad. Good evening to you all. And we can see some Ascension supporters coming in from the Philippines, like CJ and who's this? Alright, like CJ, okay? So CJ here supporting Ascension from the Philippines. But a little bit of trivia before we start, okay? CMF, as a Bangladesh team, they're currently working their way up in the Honor of Kings South Asia scene. So they almost made it in the Honor of Kings Major East League for representing South Asia, but they fell short for a team called Unleash Sword. And when the KME happened, we knew that this team is we knew this team as Venom Unleash Sword. Of course, representing South Asia, representing Bangladesh, and we can see some familiar names in the CMF. CMF right now having experienced players like Tamid, the support, the Rome, and Ashir, the Lady Gen earlier. So they have this expertise, they have experience playing in the KME or the Major East League representing South Asia. That's no doubt. That's why they're really, really good at their craft. And this time around, they're representing CMF Esports or the Coffin Maker Force. As for Ascension, they're also making their name here in the Philippine grassroots scene. And they're working their win up and hoping an upset will somehow turn the tides around. Now, going back towards the Venom Unleashed Sword in the KME, a little bit of trivia for each and everyone. That's a Bangladesh team representing South Asia, but do you know in the KME, their jungler is a Filipino named Zikis. If you're familiar with Zikis in the Philippines, that guy played jungle for the Venom Unleashed Sword. But speaking of Philippines, Ascension is now working on their draft. Now unleashing the Arley, Jiang Fei, and the Byron. Still, okay, I'm expecting a Pei, but Pei got banned. This might work. They have the Byron though. They can like invade early jungle if the CMF does want it, but Ascension doesn't want that to happen. Noah, okay, they might know that they can go for Noah. I mean, Ashir can go for Noah. Exceptional Lady Gen plays earlier, keeping the crowd control in place. But speaking of crowd control, you got the Jiang Fei, you've got the Byron. Jiang Fei with the unbridled outburst. So if you want this guy to get mad, he can like roar to you. He can like scream at you while increasing his health. So yeah, you might not see me, but I ain't John Cena though. There you go. Now let's talk about the Ascension picks. You've got the Clash Lane Mayin going up against the Byron. You've got the mid lane. Ganjang and Moye. Gan and Mo. Typical burst mid heroes. I think Ascension mid is specializing on burst. Just like the Mai Shiranui. he gets the kills earlier on, and with the Gun, Jong, and Moya, another burst mid hero that they can definitely add towards their arsenal. Aoyin or Long as the marksman on the farm lane. We all know how painful the flaming farm is, but they decided to go for a jungle Don, a sustainable fighter jungle, a durable, a tanky guy that can initiate with the unruly blade, but CMF is answering with a Hansin, a mobile fighter hero that can jump up. But if Ashir decided to go Milady, I'm gonna lose my mind right now. But the safest pick is Motsu. Ashir went for the Motsu, so we're gonna be seeing a lot of Cannon Blast. A lot of crowd controls can happen to keep Ascension Esports into place. So they have to watch out for those crowd controls, those Cannon Blast stunts, those unbridled outburst knockbacks. Liang, this is a nice hover. If they decided to at least go with the power word control and suppress just one, Ansin or Arlie can be a very much good target of the power word control. That can be converted into pickoff. You've got the Aoyin, you've got the Ganjang and Moya, you've got the Don getting getting in the backline very easily with the unruly blade. He got the wind slash just to slice and dice, damage and stun your opponent. But Ascension needs to work on their draft. They need to make sure that the key heroes get farmed up. They need to protect the one true carry at all costs. You need to make sure that this long cannot be touched by the CMF Esports. CMF Esports here right now is clearly looking for that win. They're just one win away, ladies and gentlemen, as we are starting our second game of our semifinals in the upper bracket between these two teams. CMF, Ascension, let me hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Comment it down below. Before the fight starts, shout out to Sem Nothing, Syndicate Esports, and Kaisaya Game Topups for sponsoring this tournament. And for Kaisaya Game Topups, of course, be part of their community and join the Level Up to Victory Challenge. While you top up for Honor of Kings, because we all know that the June 24th update is going to be a heavy one. A lot of good buys, a lot of new skins to come out. You need to top up your tokens. Where do you top up? Well, you top up in Kaisaya Game Topups. And when you top up, you became a part of the Level Up to Victory Challenge. The more you top up, the more chances of you winning all those good stuffs. What are those good stuff? In order for you to know, make sure that you are followed on their pages. And as the junglers are working their way through the buffs, they're both picking up the Crimson Golem though. But Don decided to at least clear the camp fast because thanks to the help of the teammates. Now, some developments are happening. Saiken Oya being patient in the brush. Eggsy and Don. Okay, Eggsy decided to at least come out, and of course this Don decided to at least go on their way as well. On the bot lane, SXGE protecting the Jin, the Long. We just need some burst flaming palm. But how can you perform if you've got a sheer cannon blasting on your face? Look at the Jin. Health is quite low. He's gonna go back to base. But that won't be a problem. You got the platform bounce. You're not gonna walk your way back in the lane. You just have to jump on the trampoline. So that's what you call walk of shame. If that Ashir Motsu decided to poke you with some cannon blast and drops your health low, there's no way for you to farm safely, except you just need to go home. So if you're going back, you're walking down the lane, you're missing a lot of XP, you're missing a lot of minion waves. So it's gonna be a problem for you if you miss out on those, especially if you're the carry, if you're the marksman, if you're the farm lane, like the Jin. So thanks to the platform bounce, I can go home and I can go back to my lane fast. I'm gonna miss a couple of minions, but It's not that big deal. I can go back to the fight. Look at that. I mean, a shear here is definitely the point because you just have to expect a lot from Ashir. He's just checking all those brushes. He's expecting if someone is there, like the Ganjang and Moya. Second Oya. Now he knows what's up. He goes towards the brush, but Mayin decides to tumble down. Eggsy, he got hit. But look at that, the suppress. Oh, the combo didn't work out way towards the end. That's a late unbridled outburst from the mid, but you cannot blame the guy. He just turned level 4. SXGE knows that when he uses that ult, the control to suppress, you got the Ganjang and Moye to burst you down, and you also got the Blading Bomb, but the Wind Slash will connect towards Tamid. Tamid with the burst down, and again, that's a kill for the Ganjang and Moya. This is a good response. Ascension now playing it right. Red side is going to work their way through. And Rudy Blade plus the Smite. Wind Slash would not connect though. And this is a good isolation play. 4 minutes is up. This will be an easy tower take. And they can convert this into a Tyrant objective. Wow, Ascension decided to play by their own rules. Thanks to the SXGE's ultimate, the Power Word Control. And CMF also not wasting any time. They went in for the Overlord just to at least even the stakes. SXGE almost got hit by the Cannon Blast, but he dodged it. Almost. I mean, if he got control, I mean, he got the intel. He's gonna be receiving those damage over time once he's inside the area. CMF trying to defend their bot lane. Tamid marking this Crimson Golem up. Rotations are heavily implied here by the Ascension. They know that someone is here, but are they going to get a response? No. CMF is also busy clearing the mid lane. We got the Dawn trying to accommodate the members of the CMF at mid lane, and Ascension decided to at least bring, or are they gonna bring the fight at mid? They Slash did connect towards the Tamid. Long handled the top tower very, very well, as we can see the players now. I think this is a go time. If SXGE managed to at least get one hero with the Power Word Control, this means burst time from Ascension. You can expect a lot of couple blades coming out of Ganjang and Moya. We can see rotations coming from CMF. They want the tower. Arlie and Hansin, they decided to leave that into the Vanguard. Pushes are coming through as they need to defend the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Mid lane pretty much occupied by the members of CMF. No one will get hit by the Wind Slash, but there's your Unruly Blade just to disengage. Tamid, he got hit by the couple blade, but he's a tanky guy. He's gonna back off a little bit, not unless he receives a lot of stacks. Just like that, another couple blades. Now, for the Ascension Esports, they're having fun right now because it seems like they know how to dodge those Cannon Blast coming in from Ashir. What is going to be the next objective that they need to fight on? There's no Tyrant, there's no Overlord. CMF needs to push this tier 1 tower at mid lane. But for Ascension, they're welcoming the guest. Now, look at Dunn. He's very, very tanky. He's just up. He's just using the second skill as much as he could. Ashir checking in the brush. No one got hit. Mayin defending on the bot lane. Tamid here staying on the brush on the... Oh. Okay, the Jin got hit by the Cannon Blast. The Jin is provoking. He's luring the members of the CMF to go and chase him down. Ashir here. He's gonna wait for the moment. Where is the response? Here comes the Wind Slash. It did connect though, and the burst coming from the Ganjang and Moye will hurt him, and that's a double. Arlie is a pretty viable target. XXGE also doing his wonders, but Ashir here got the crowd control. The box is there. Hamsin jumps in, but the Couple Blades will miss. So that's a 3-for-1, or 3-for-2. So they got what they want. They got Anthem out. They got Syken out. But Pure Sky for Syken Ona. Very, very nice item pickup. But Ascension lose a crucial member, and that's the Jin. The Jin has the low. That will somehow stop his farm. Okay? So, for XXGE, now the ult's up. They need to choose another target to pick off. I love what they did there. They managed to use that suppress to hold on that early, enabling that guy to move. Ashir also was also forced. That's a good box, but that gave way. A really nice clearance. With Slash, will not connect to Ashir though, but that gave enough time for Hansin to get the Tyron. But there you have it. SXGE was forced to use that power word control. Tamid here is rampaging like a beast, and now Infinite Vastness was used, and they're chasing. The Jin here. He went too deep, but he did not get any. Anthem Tambid in exchange of a long Eggsy right now. I'm just minding my own business. Remember my Liu Bang? This is what I'm good at. I mean, don't mind me. That's why I have this whatever skill. I mean, whatever. What happens? I just take down my tower. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try to challenge Wei, and Wei got kicked in the face. Eggsy now trying to run. Counter blast dodged. 1% of health. 3 members up. He's just chasing him down, and there's no way for him to survive right now. He got heavily cornered. But for the Overlord, this is the final Overlord. They're gonna clear this up really fast. And they're just gonna wait for at least 30 seconds before the Shadow variant spawns. CMF right now is trying to even up. This is the closest game that I've seen. So far, Ascension doing pretty well on this game, but CMF decided to at least answer back. I love the gameplay. Ascension did a really nice early game, but CMF did very nasty in response to the early game of Ascension. I mean, Rudy Blade here will be used just to at least get nearer to the Azure Golem. Tamid knows what's up. He got stunned by the barrier. Arlie gets in the brush. Cannon Blast. Not gonna hit towards anyone. Radiance with the control. Tamid is not gonna die. He's the tanky guy. Ashir right now, the Cannon Blast. Trying to at least isolate the Dawn. But the 10th minute Shadow Overlord will go towards the hands of Hansin. Mayin kicks Byron towards the face. And as we can see, Long the Jin gets his kill. And that's gonna be a rampage for the Ganjang and Moye. That's going to be a 4-member down on the side of CMF, forcing Tamid to go home. And this will give free towers for Ascension Esports. We still have the Vanguards from earlier, and we can get the Shadow Overlord just to extend the how much or how many Vanguards will come towards the lane. Okay, so that's a 1 minion wave without the Vanguard, but the next wave is going to be favorable inside of Ascension. Hansin got the he secured the Shadow Tyrant though, but he went in the fight. I mean, Mayin kicking towards the face. Same with the Byron. But you just need to rely on the burst capability of the Ganjang and Moya plus the Long. The Jin here is now working wonders. Let's check the items though. Mortal Punisher, Eternity Blade, Master Sword, a lot of those damage items. I mean, they wanted to focus, to poke. They wanted to focus. Reverberation plus the Magical Hat, Pure Sky, and the Axe of Torment for Mayin. Savagery as well, just to at least keep up his offense and defense. Check out the items early. Just have 2 crit items, but Wei here is just defending. The knockback coming in from the Unbridled Outburst, but there goes the Ganjang and Moy. He's not even scared. He's just fronting Eggsy right now, running low. He's gonna flash out. He's gonna be dead. Saiken Oya is running low, but they chasing Tamid. Tamid! Oh my goodness. He lost his beast mode. And then he got slaughtered inside his base. But look at this. Dawn went too deep, but he's not even scared. I'm a tanky guy after all. This is just 12 minutes in. Saiken Oya right now trying to at least fend off the members of the Ascension Esports, as the Vanguards are trying to knock on their base. The bot lane Vanguard is trying to get the last inhibitor turret, but Byron, Saiken Oya decided to stop that. Now Dawn goes in, and now there's your control, and the burst coming in from the Ganjang and Moye works wonders. Very calculated play. This is how you work your lineup. Last pick, Liang, with all those suppress and those crowd controls that he has. This is the right opportunity for Ganjang and Moye to somehow burst it down, but we can see Hansing Wei punish Eggsy. You know, this guy is becoming more and more annoying. Might as well take him down. Pause for the team. Okay, let's talk about the lineup though. Talking about the strengths of Ascension, uh, you see how they utilize the power word control. If they if they know that the Ganjang and Moya and the Long is nearby, I mean for XXGE, he's not gonna hesitate to use the suppress. I got my couple blades, I got my flaming palm. Let's burn this guy out. So that's the game plan of the Ascension. It seems like it's working. So they just need to go to the crystal of the CMF Esports. So CMF, the question is, can they still defend? Can they still defend? Because we can see that Ascension Esports is really wanting to get towards that game number 3. I mean, they're not wasting any time. Come on, let's do this. Let's just end this. I'm going to excited. Let's get back to best of ones. So that this series is gonna be decided by whoever wins in the last series. But the game is not over yet. Defense might work, and this might CMF can pull off an upset. So if they decided to pull out upset, they can like go for the really nice cleanup and then sit pretty on the upper bracket grand finals. So whoever wins in this semifinals will be facing, I think, Chiblings. Yeah, Chiblings in the upper bracket final. So if they lose, they don't have nothing. They have nothing to worry about because they still have one shot. They still have to crawl their way in the lower bracket. So the lower bracket, that means you cannot commit mistakes. Once that you lose there, it's going to be over, just like that. Okay, these are the updated brackets. So we are going to see S of SL and SLP, Sleepy Peanuts, for our series, for our lower bracket series, and of course, whoever loses in this series between Ascension and CMF will be facing TMCW or the Microwaves. And of course, we're getting closer. Chibs is just waiting for the victors of this match in the upper bracket finals. And whoever wins in the Chibs versus the winner of this bracket will be sitting in the grand finals. Plus, the losers on that bracket will definitely fall down in the lower bracket. So, game isn't over yet. They still have one shot, ladies and gentlemen. They still have one shot. So I wonder what's happening right now. We're moments away from seeing Ascension securing this game, and we're gonna be seeing anytime that game number 2 or game number 3 rather. Oh. Oh my goodness, this is really oh, shout out to each and everyone. I'm gonna shout each and every one over here in the comment section. So if you want to show much love, come on guys, I'm gonna be reading those comments. Oh, we can see Vince. Oh, he has the same name as me, Mr. Vince Agpalo. He's supporting both teams. I mean, this guy, based on his comments, he's a casual tournament supporter. He's a grassroots tournament supporter. So whoever made the best guy wins. Whoever wins, he gets his support. So that's a nice way to put it. So we also have JM. Yeah, we also have JM as well. We also have Chloe. There you go. We also have Precious. And our guys from the South Asia, Satyajit and Muhammad Abdul Wahid. Oh, and playing Thai. Okay, playing Thai. Okay, so I think this is a Thai player. So we are gonna see more of these Sleepy Peanut. I think they're gonna be playing tomorrow because it already advanced in the lower bracket. Uh, for Muhammad Abdul, shout outs to you, brother. You're it's okay. I mean, this guy is pointing out that he's gonna do solo cast. This is the most challenging thing I've done in my life. But you know, this is fun because I can say whatever I want. I do the work of, you know, the guy. Oh, but anyway, of two guys. But you know, it's tiring, but it's fun. So for Muhammad Abdul, yeah, if you're gonna host or if you're gonna cast a scream all by yourself, I mean, you need lots of water, man. You need lots of water. You need to hydrate, man. You need to hydrate in order for you to talk like this. You need to hype up, especially if you're gonna cover up a lot of games, a lot of series, and you know you just need to hydrate, brother. So if you're gonna do solo cast, good luck. I'm gonna be supporting your scream, brother. Now, CMF and Ascension. They're keeping their eye on this Shadow Tyrant. But we can see Ascension making their first move. CMF waiting for them. Now we can see the Infinite Vastness. Long is going to go from behind. He's going to go for the back line. No. Okay, the Jin. He went too far. He went too far. I think that's way too far. But now this gave CMF some moment. But oh my days. Done did manage to get one. He got the Frigid charge, but that's a 1-for-1 exchange. You need your carry at this moment, but you have. But I think Ascension, they can rely on Don. They can rely on the Ganjang and Moye. The kick of Mayin is very much on point. They're throwing CMF away. They're throwing them back. And now we can see them go one after another. Even the Arlie cannot blink because they're waiting for his movement. Anthem right now being protected by the Leaping Savior. That shield somehow saved his life. But how can you save yourself from the super minions coming towards your base? They're knocking slowly. But now, Dawn, he's not even scared. He's a tanky guy, but the base is attacking him. The Crystal, they're focusing on this guy. Look at Anthem. He's focusing on clearing all those super minions because he knows that the Crystal will be fortified if there's no minion in play, just like that. So, Ascension will be waiting for the next minion wave, but there are 5 men. Done. Received that cannon blast towards his face. The barrier is up. Now we can see that the Dawn here is not even scared. Byron goes for the shutdown. There's no Ganjang and Moye, but the Motsu also gets the Dawn. And the defense is working. The Jin cannot run away. Arlie with the crucial kill, but what are we seeing right now? CMF, the defenses are working, and they can make an upset. Let's wait for the timer though. We have Exi to defend, and they're just gonna wait for 15 seconds, but they can make it big. 12-19 score. CMF is now leading in gold. Both Tyrant and the Overlord, the Shadow variant, will go towards the hands of the CMF. But look at this, Exi goes in for the check. He goes in for 1v4, and Exi got slowed by the Radiance. He's gonna tumble out. There is your crowd control. There goes your damage coming in from Orly. But Exi did fall down. 4 members up for Ascension. 4v5 in way. Tier 1 tower down. CMF is gonna steamroll like this. 56 to 50k. What just happened right there? Ascension. They had the steering wheel. They had the advantage. They're just a base away for forcing a game number 3. And it looks something like this. The Jin down, Eggsy down, 3 players defending their base. Look at CMF, they're focused on knocking on those inhibitors. Way! He went in, he chose Dawn, Unruly Blade, just to at least get the cap close. Couple Blades, just to deal damage for the members of the CMF. XXGE will receive that Cannon Blast. Shadow Vanguards will fall into place. Same with the turrets, the towers that Ascension has. So you can see the lead from... They're just behind 2K, and now they're up 8K. Ascension Esports. Oh my, I think we will be seeing the Tempest Dragon on this game. CMF work their defense. You have a lot of stuff going on that final moments. Ascension almost thought they had it. As I've said, they're just waiting for the minion wave. But they forced the fight. CMF has a really good heroes to clear those minion waves. Even Anthem, I mean, the damage output from Anthem is way high. I mean, if we can check the items though, we all know that everyone has their item locked in. Look at that. Daybreaker, they got Omnius. Arlie doesn't want to be touched. That's why he's building that item in order for him to immune Doomsday. Shadow Ripper, Eternity Blade, he can like prayer and tear, and look at that! Even the Jin, for the third time, he got caught. It all started on that bottom lane engagement. We see them in the river. The Jin forced to use that Infinite Basilisk, but he went as far as he could. And then CMF go in for the chase. Oh my goodness, 9K. Item-wise, okay, Splendor for Ganjang and Moya. Long down, Mortal Punisher, Shadow Reaper, Meteor, plus the Eternity Blade as well. But Arlie can shred, man. Liang here with a pickup. There's no more Ashir. Unbridled Outburst is there. Saiken Oya somehow got slow with the barrier. There's your Splendor, but that's not enough to save yourself from the RLE that has a lot of items. I mean, Anthem here is pretty farmed up, 15.4k. I mean, if you're gonna be comparing this to the Long or the Jin, 12.4 to 15, 16, almost 16k. This is insane. And now, Gia Dunn decided to upgrade the Frigid Charge because this is 20 minutes. There's no doubt it's time for item enhancements at this rate. It's time to get the Tempest Dragon. This is how we dictate the game. We have to play this carefully. Patience being shown here by the Ascension, but we must commend the patience coming from the CMF. CMF right here checking if they're doing some shady business with the Tempest Dragon. Elbush being occupied by the members of the Ascension, and now they made the first move. Cannon Blast somehow puts Done to sleep, but they're gonna reset this Tempest Dragon. Rages is there. Oh, the Jin, you need to use your ult, but he cannot go on the Dragon 4 because he got caught. 4v5 again. The carry that you need is now gone. Rages once again. Don wants to get up close and personal, but he cannot use the Frigid Charge because he needs to get super close. Now, for CMF, they're gonna start the war. They're gonna start to talk towards the Tempest Dragon. The check coming in from Ashir is there. And now they say hello. Barrier up. Tamid is going to be the tanky guy. Tempest Dragon is going on the low. But Arlie secured that Tempest Dragon kill. And here comes the Byron. Picking on the Kanjang and Moya. Look at Hansen. He's going for the backline. But Zhang Fei, he gets the Marine out into play. Now, even with the Sage Sanctuary, he cannot survive. Done. He's done. He's over. Another infinite vastness for this guy, the Jin. He needs to run for his life, but they're locking towards the base. Ascension almost had it, but CMF decided to flip the script. My oh my. I thought that we're gonna be seeing a game number 3. But CMF decided to... Vince, you're wrong, man. You're not gonna see game number 3. We're gonna end this. And they did. CMF Esport from Bangladesh, congratulations. You will be advancing towards the upper bracket finals and you will be facing Chiblings. But for... Oh man, I feel sad. for Ascension. Yes, they lost this series 0-2, but they will go down. They still have one chance left in the lower bracket. So they have to prove their worth. They have to make their win true in order for them to earn their rematch. If ever that if CMF did manage to crawl towards the final. So this is a really, really nice storyline for us. So imagine the possibilities. I am preparing myself for game number 3, but okay, CMF said no. We want this to end right here, right now, and that is why we're gonna end this. Congratulations to CMF. What a play. Very impressive. Nice defense. What else can I say? I mean, everyone is cheering, celebrating. I mean, you're representing South Asia. You're representing Bangladesh here in the underground development tournament. Oh my. So again, that is it for our series between CMF and Ascension. So that's a really, really, that's a descent though. They descended towards the lower bracket, but I hopefully they will be ascending in the lower bracket, going back into the grand final. So why not, right? But we still have okay, so Sleepy Peanut here and SFSL. Okay, for our lower bracket quarterfinals or lower bracket semis rather. And then also we have yeah. So wow, I mean, what else can I say, ladies and gentlemen? What a day. So okay, so if you like casting, please do follow this Underground Esports so we can host more underground tournaments for you guys, the future, the grassroots, the underground players. See? Oh man. Shoutouts to each and everyone. Please do follow the page Underground Esports. Also, you shout out to Sem Nothing Syndicate Esports. Please do follow the page Kaisaya Game Topups. If you wanted to top up your Honor of Kings tokens, please do top it up in the Kaisaya Game Topups. So we all know that the big update of Honor of Kings is coming. So we are gonna be seeing Flowborn out. We're gonna be seeing Ying new legend skin out. So if you need to buy tokens, you need to top up in the Kaisaya Game Top-Ups. But we also have this level up to victory challenge. If you buy or if you top up multiple times or if you top up a lot of tokens, you might have a chance to win those amazing prizes. So you want to know what you will get? Might as well follow the page as well. So do not also forget to follow my page, Caster Vince G. That's my username right there at VinceGG. You can follow me if you because tomorrow it's gonna be our day number 2 as well. So wow, I mean, what can I say for the solo series of our upper bracket semis? This is really, really good. Action pack. So I hope you guys enjoy. CMF, congratulations. And yeah, might as well, talk this way through. So this is Vince G, and this is the Underground Development Tournament. Might as well see you guys next time. Cheers.